This is Bad Movies We Love, part of the Shice Podcast Network.
Ahoy there, bad movie lovers, and for the final time in 2024, thank you for joining me for another episode of Bad Movies We Love. I am your host, Nick Scheist,
the master of the stupid stuff!
Whether you're a long-time bad movie connoisseur or if this is your first rodeo, either way, I appreciate you being here with me because
if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
That's right, because while a lot of other shows were getting into the holiday spirit and covering Christmas movies, here at Bad Movies We Love, it's Dystopian December. Now, I know that it might just seem like a silly soundbite from one of the underappreciated Terminator movies, but I actually really believe in that sentiment. If you follow me or the show on social media, you'll know that I don't do a ton of promotion or advertising. I really do believe that word of mouth is the best way to promote the show. Obviously, sharing stuff around on social media is a great way to do that in a modern age. But if you like the show and you want to see it succeed and continue, just tell a friend about it in whichever way is most convenient for you. So thank you to everybody out there who has actually done so. I know it's working because as I look at the numbers now, the show has broken through a couple of very important milestones, and this December right now has a chance to be the most listened to month of the show ever. Granted, there will only be 2 days left in the month by the time this episode releases, but still, pretty cool. All of you out there who are spreading the word, telling people about the show, it actually works, it actually matters. So thank you very much. And now, without further ado, we head into the finale of Dystopian December, as I was joined by my friend Kazmo, who I'm sure you know. She's here to talk about boobs, guns, leather, and things that go boom in David Hogan's Barb Wire from 1996. This is amazing. It's Casablanca, but Bogart is a super hot chick that kills people.
It's just like a trashy version of Casablanca, and people don't like that, which I can understand.
This movie's got a character whose name is Big Fatso, who gets carried around in a bulldozer.
That's the aesthetic we all want. It's a lot going on that doesn't really matter, though.
Over $400,000 in fish-related deaths.
The most, lovely torturing. She sounds like she's having a great time.
You'll tell us what we want to know because of the pleasure, and then we'll kill you.
You're gonna get all the boobs and leather you could want.
Don't call me babe.
Cosmo, thank you for being back.
Thank you for having me back.
This is a movie that has been on the cover art for my show since the beginning, but when it's sort of cropped down to the square, you can't really see it. But it was one of the movies where I'm like, when I'm designing the idea for this show, I was like, this is a movie that I'm going to have to talk about at some point. So this is the last episode of 2024.
What?
Yeah, it's the last episode of season 3 of the show.
Wow.
So it took a few years to get to Barb Wire, but we're here, and the timing is good because Pam also has Last Showgirl, which is, I think, in limited release right now, but will be, of course, I think, in the award season conversation. So the timing couldn't be better, I don't think.
Right.
Well, as I mentioned, we're talking about Barb Wire. Directed by David Hogan, based on the comic character by Chris Warner, screenplay by Chuck Pfarrer, starring Pamela Anderson, Temura Morrison, and Xander Berkeley. This movie is on the show primarily because it has horrible reviews. It was nominated for many Razzies and won one, but it's got an IMDb score of 3.5. A Metascore of 40, Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 28, which is better than the audience score of 14.
That's terrible.
Heartbreaking. Letterboxd has it at a 2.2, and Just Watch, surprisingly, has it at 53% to give us a Bad Movies We Love total score of 35.6 out of 100. Okay. So definitely lower than some of the other movies I've done recently, but it's the second movie in a row that's based on a comic book on the show. Tank Girl will be the previous episode. It's the second comic adaptation in a row with the female hero in the lead. And they were also in back-to-back years in 95 and 96. And this is the second time in a row that you've been on the show to talk specifically about a comic book. Yeah. But also, the time you were on before that, we talked about an animated film with a buxom blonde in the lead role in that movie as well. So I feel like there's just all signs point to Barb Wire, and it's about time we got here.
Yeah. Yes, this is incredible. That's so funny. I never put the dots together that that's what I've been doing. I'm not even a comic person, but obviously I like something.
I think you like blondes because
I think I
do. We've got Holly, we've got Pam in this. You are a big fan of Platinum Wow.
Yes, I am.
So I think there's something about blondes, and this was a movie that my mom was like, "You like big titty blondes? Here, you'll love this movie."
Shout out to Mom, right? What a hero!
I remember she showed up to pick me up from school one time, and she was coming from work, and she had an issue of some magazine, but it was in promotion for this movie. And it was Pam on the cover in the black leather with like a whip, and she's bending over. So it's like her boobs are just about to fall out.
Oh,
and
wow.
She brought that to my Lutheran middle school when she was picking me up and was just like, "Here, you would like this." And I'm just like, "Of course.
Okay.
Why not?"
Oh my God, I love that. That's incredible.
So that's my introduction to this movie, and I was 12, so the timing, works out for a 12-year-old boy. But when did you see this movie for the first time?
I think I saw it I think it was this year, the first time I saw it. I never even heard of it, didn't know anything about it. It was just on the Criterion channel they did a collection of Razzies, like movies that were nominated for Razzies, and I just watched all of them, and I was blown away. Like immediately, as soon as the movie started, I was like, oh, "This is like my dream." And I was like, how have I never seen this? I don't know how this like got past me. Because like it's 96. I mean, I've seen a lot of movies from that year. Like that's one of my favorite movie years. And I don't know how I missed this one. But I'm so glad I have her. I have Barb Wire now.
Well, when I was checking in on the Letterboxd score, I scrolled down a little bit and I saw your review for it. So is that something that you wrote like immediately in the wake of seeing it, or when you went back and maybe watched it on rewatch?
No, that was immediately, like as the credits were rolling, I was writing that review up. Yeah.
Well, it's a good one because it's right next to another one that just says soulless crap, that gave it 1 star. But your review goes into a lot more detail than that.
Yeah.
Should we read it?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I'll read it. It has one line in it that I really loved, and I was like, I want to bring this up, and I just hope she's okay with it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a 5-star review by you. It says, Barb Wire is my hero. Barb Wire is my North Star. Barb Wire is my light in a darkened world. Am I insane? This is amazing. It's Casablanca, but Bogart is a super hot chick that kills people. Pamela is iconic in this. I don't see the bad acting. She's freaking Batman. Are you kidding me? I love how she dresses. I love that she fights like a girl that cares about how she looks. She uses her heels. If she breaks a nail, she's pissed. It's very relatable. I'm sorry. If I have a body like Pamela's, I am not wearing gender neutral body armor. Suck me off. This looks awesome. The action choreography is balls to the wall fun. Very funny that the dark-skinned black woman with dreadlocks gets surgery to look like a biracial woman with curly hair. A smart move. Way easier to move around in the world like that. Only thing, I wish Flea was in this. I just feel like he would have knocked it out of the park. This is it for me. This is my life now. I've been chasing the Barb Wire vibe my whole life and didn't even know it.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
I still feel the same.
How old were you when you saw this?
So this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So 28. 28 years old.
Wow. Yeah, that's a hell of a review.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that hated it then, I think they sort of just looked at it like it's a sort of titties and guns cash grab, which I mean, it is, but that is not something that is foreign to comic books. In fact, right now, I mean, there's multiple comics that are being produced by like Image and probably Dark Horse and maybe Titan that are all just like, there's 20 variant covers of different sketches. It's like you can go and buy the nude version of the cover. You know, so this character archetype still exists in comics today. And of course, like it's exploitation, but like that is sort of the point of what this is.
Right.
So it's interesting that, you know, you come across this in adulthood and immediately connect with it. And it's funny because it became a cult classic. And that's kind of what those movies do, is that they just sit around and wait to be rediscovered at a later time by a different audience. And, you know, Pam had talked about this, sort of lamented the fact that it was rated R because teenage fans couldn't go to the theaters to see it. And of course, like, you know, she's on Baywatch, so a lot of people are growing up watching her on TV as a sex symbol. And then when she gets a headlining like star role in a you know, fairly expensive movie at the time, half of her audience probably can't go see that movie.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Not all of them
snuck
had
in
moms.
Like your
copies of it. So unfortunate for them, but let's take a moment now to set the table for folks out there who are unaware of what Barb Wire is, or that the fact that it even exists. This was adapted from a Dark Horse comic book character of the same name. Barb Wire went into production with a budget of $9 million. Pam starred as the titular character and even performed some of her own stunts despite her fear of heights and many challenges due to the fact that she's wearing high heels throughout almost the entire movie. And a corset that reduced her waist to 17 inches during the film. So while the film would go on to be a critical and financial failure, it was nominated for 6 Razzies, as I mentioned. Pam won Worst New Star for the movie. The film also happened to serve as very effective promotion for the Triumph Thunderbird 900 motorcycle, which was prominently featured in the film and in the publicity images alongside Pamela Anderson. However, the film would go on to become a cult classic, and while the comic book would end its publishing run shortly after the failure of the film, there was still a 48-page book adaptation of the film published by Dark Horse, and there was even a planned video game sequel world that just never quite came to fruition.
That's sad.
It is, because I think looking back at this, I mean, I can say that I think this is probably not a good movie for a number of reasons, but it is fun. It is very easy to just have it on, and you don't need to think too hard. The movie moves at a very good pace. It's only, I think, like an hour and 38 minutes, and if you take out the credits, you're looking at like less than 90 minutes, and it has a fairly good cast. It has a lot of familiar themes, as you mentioned in the review. It's Casablanca, right?
Yeah.
An expatriate American cafe owner who's cynical, has to decide whether or not to help their former lover and a fugitive on the run escape Nazis. And while they don't explicitly say that these are Nazis in Barb Wire, they dress like Nazis.
Yeah, they look like Nazis.
And they are called fascists in the movie. So, I mean, you've got that going for it, too. And I was like, wow, I didn't remember the uniforms being quite that Nazi-like.
Yeah, straight up Nazis. Like, I mean, they just didn't put the symbol. Even one of them has like a necklace thing that has the eagle on it. So it's like, it's not very subtle.
It's not. And I think, I think that's all very intentional. And for the shortcomings that this film has, the way that the movie looks isn't one of them. I mean,
not at all.
It's got a great sort of warm color to it all the time. It's almost like it was dipped in gold in like the later half of the film. Every time they're outdoors, everything is very shiny and like amber colored. It's very nice to look at.
It's beautiful.
Things explode quite nicely in this movie. Good old-fashioned explosions.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, her outfit is great as well. I love the design of her club. I'm like, what is this, like sex metal or like underground fusion? I'm not sure what it is, but if I lived in Steel Harbor, Harbor City, then I would probably want to hang out there as well, because it seems like the one cool place left in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like the only place anybody goes to pretty much, other than like the shipyard or something. Like there's nowhere else to hang out.
There is a dump.
There's a dump. Yeah,
there's like a trash heap that. I mean, this movie's got a character whose name is Big Fatso, who gets carried around in a bulldozer, eating like a bottomless turkey leg. He just keeps munching on it; never goes anywhere.
Well, that's the last one left in the whole like dystopian world. Just taking little bites.
we had gone to Universal for our wedding anniversary, and
cute.
We did the Waterworld stunt show and went and saw like the Christmas tree lighting and stuff, but they sell like the big turkey leg there. My wife was like so grossed out by it. She's like, they're disgusting. I hate the way they smell. And I was like tempted to get it, but then I was like, I don't want to like make her have to go through that. But now seeing Big Fatso munch on that big turkey leg, I'm like, there is an appeal. There's an appeal to the turkey leg. Get me a bulldozer and drive me around Universal while I munch on a turkey leg. Sounds great.
He's living the good life. I mean, there's nothing better. I mean, until he meets his demise, but it's really, it's really a nice like setup he has. It looks real comfortable. I never would have thought a bulldozer bed would be like nice, but it looks really nice.
He looks pretty relaxed. Well, I guess I would ask you, why are we talking about this film today? But I know why. I have had this on my hit list for a while. This is one that I felt like doing Dystopian December was the perfect opportunity to finally get around to this. But I will ask you, are you familiar with like any of Pamela Anderson's like other movies around this time?
No, not at all. Like I didn't, like for me, all Pamela Anderson was like, I would see her Playboy covers and then the whole thing with Tommy Lee, like that was like my, just like maybe more like the tabloid stuff is what I understood about Pamela. I'd never seen any of her movies. Like I never watched Baywatch. Like I know like the images from Baywatch, but I never watched it and I never saw any of her movies. So I really had like no context of her as an actor. I thought she was just, you know, a model or something. Right.
It's kind of crazy because there is like her post sex tape life and her pre sex tape life. And if you were introduced to her sort of like only through the sex tape, and then it's like, well, Barb Wire and like she's naked in this, or at least she's mostly naked, I would say. Naked enough to where it got a rated R rating. So it's wild because coming out of Baywatch, I mean, obviously being a sex symbol was part of her brand, but it feels like there's a lot of other actresses that sort of played like the arm candy or the vixen, or there was a lot of roles that seemed like they were just maybe slightly out of her grasp, and maybe partially due to the sex tape leaking, where it's like if that doesn't happen, maybe she doesn't go the route where she ends up having to take certain types of roles.
Yeah, that's true. That sex tape will ruin you, but like catapult you. Like it'll put, because everybody's gonna start looking at you through that lens now, and it's like if you want to be, I get, you know, a real actor, whatever that is, but you know, you can't really do that when when people can just go and watch your sex tape, I guess, which sucks, especially for like a woman. It's like that's gonna be a mark on you like forever. So.
Yeah, and all the circumstances sort of like surrounding it, release of that were like very, very shitty. It's not like, hey, this is a planned publicity stunt
exactly
to make us famous. They were already famous at the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. I know it was short notice when I told you, but did you get a chance to do the synopsis haiku? I don't remember if we did it for Batman or not. It feels like that was last year.
We did do it for Batman. So I have one.
Okay.
It's really not a synopsis. I don't think it tells you anything about the movie. But I tried. I did it in the 30 minutes. So let me see. Okay. It's Casablanca. Bogart is blonde with huge tits. Barb Wire resists.
That's what you need to put into like one of those AI image prompt generators.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'll do it when I post about the episode. Bogart is blonde with huge tits. That's great. I love it. I don't think there's any way to talk about this movie without talking about her boobs, because I mean, like every scene is sort of, that's the focal point. It's like even when she's not in the scene, people are talking about her.
About him,
she's got great assets. She's got a couple of things that will help us. That, and like all of it's innuendo about her boobs. So I mean, her boobs are in my haiku. I can't help it. So I came up with guns, boobs, things go boom. Barb's the boss. She sets the cost. Her help doesn't come cheap. Still doesn't explain anything really about the movie. It's guns, boobs, and explosions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the plot of the movie is it's not complicated, but it's like a lot. It's a lot going on that doesn't really matter though.
Yeah, I think that's fair, because like the movie, before she gets to the soak down striptease, there is a long opening crawl explaining sort of what's going on. This is post Second American Civil War.
Right.
Shit's bad. It's the future.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, let's get to the club. Let's go see Pam dance and get on to the story of I don't know, I mean, I know what it is. But the futuristic stuff I feel doesn't have like a huge footprint in this movie. Like aside from her maybe using the goggles to scan through the wall.
Right.
Other than that, everything is very contemporary. It's like motorcycle, Desert Eagles, guns, like even the club. Everything feels like it's the 90s except for that one thing. So that's probably why I love it too, is that it's like very identifiably 90s. And watching it, I'm like, this feels like Michael Bay made this movie, because there's certain scenes and there's certain ways that the explosions are filmed. And like I said, that weird glossy amber color on a lot of the outdoor scenes. I was like, this feels like a Michael Bay protege stepped in and was like, I'm doing the cinematography here.
Yeah, it does. It does have a Michael Bay feel to it. I never thought about that, but that's very apt.
So, I mean, we've talked a lot about why we like the movie at this point. We'll get into more, but why do you think somebody would say that this is a bad movie?
I mean, I reading a lot of the reviews, there was a lot of complaints about the Casablanca part of it. Like, people think it's like derivative and it's just like a trashy version of Casablanca, and people don't like that, which I can understand. Because, I mean, Casablanca it's like one of the best movies ever, in terms of like film history, and it's part of like the golden age of cinema and all of that. And, I get it. Like, that's like holy in the film community. And this is like taking that and throwing it in the trash. But, I like it, but I can see why people are like this, and it's it's exploitation. And I can get why people don't like that either. Yeah. It's not, honestly, like, if you're not into it, it's not a lot to be happy with in this movie.
That's fair. And I think it's a good point that it's the reverence that Casablanca is treated with. And like, I wasn't aware of Casablanca when I was 12.
Yeah.
So like, but when I watch this movie, I'm like, whether or not it imitates Casablanca, that's not why I'm seated to watch this movie. But it is sort of like a perversion of the sacred text. In the sense that, like you say, you took Humphrey Bogart and you turned him into a blonde with big tits that kills people. And it trashed up this iconic imagery and this iconic story and made it very sort of like dirty and grimy and borderline direct to Cinemax kind of movie.
It is definitely like that.
I mean, look, I'm no stranger to direct to Cinemax late night movies, so this is not out of the realm of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I would say probably the script is an issue. Like, the story
it is.
It's
one not
thing,
very good.
But, like, every line of dialogue that Pamela Anderson has is essentially a one-liner. Like, she has no thought process in what the character is saying. It's all just zingers. And I'm like, so you really didn't write your female lead in a way that was meant to showcase her as like a woman of agency or a woman of power in this world. It's meant mostly to just be exploitative, sexualize her, and also just have her kick ass. And so, look, maybe I'm asking too much of a movie like set in this sort of like garbage world of the future, but I could see sort of looking at the movie that way, surrounding her with the type of actors you surround her with, like Udo Kier, who was also in Johnny Mnemonic, surprisingly, which he did at the beginning of the month, also playing like a broker for a person in the way that he sort of serves as her agent in this film too. So he's a good actor. Like Xander Berkeley's a very good actor. You surround her with people that have more intelligence in the way that they deliver their lines than anything you give to your lead character. So as a movie that maybe like pretending to be feminist, I guess, in that way, it comes across maybe a little bit grating.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Because even she has like there's narration, but she's really not saying anything. Like it's not really letting you get to know Barb as the person. And even though like throughout the movie they try to like reveal her past, it's not like you said, she doesn't have agency. It's all about the guy or, you know, Axel, or it's about her brother. Like, it's never about her, which is like for her, at least it makes it seem like all she cares about is herself or money and stuff like that. So yeah, they don't give her a lot.
And it would be okay if like the movie was sort of set before the events of the movie that we actually get, but like in comparison to like a character like Wonder Woman, right? You talk about these things of like being sexy, being strong, kicking ass, like caring about whether or not like you break a nail or if your hair is fucked up. Like I think all of those things can coexist, and when you get a character that's written well and sort of can embody all those complexities at the same time, you get a character like Wonder Woman that becomes this like big iconic type of character that lasts for decade after decade after decade, that all different generations look up to. And then you get this where sort of all of those things are in competition and none of them necessarily work in stride together. And then it wins all, well, it didn't win all the Razzies, but it got nominated for a bunch. Surprisingly though, our buddy Siskel, no, not Siskel, actually, Ebert liked this movie. We'll get to him because I saved that for later, but he had some nice things to say about this. And he made what, Into the Valley of the Dolls? Was that his?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Ebert's always been like a little bit of a perv too.
Pervert, I
mean,
definitely.
Your sweater vest can't contain it, man. Like, we see your reviews. So I'm not surprised that he liked it, but we'll circle back to that in a little bit. Right now, I want to jump back to the trailer for this movie.
Nice.
And take a look at exactly what this was advertised as, because I don't really remember. I knew it was coming, but I didn't exactly know. Before we get to the trailer, it's time for a quick word from today's sponsor. This episode of Bad Movies We Love is brought to you by Leather and Leisure, the first, last, and only option when it comes to fashion in Steel Harbor. After the Second American Civil War, supply chains broke down, materials became scarce, and a lot of people died. So fashion took a back seat to durable, utilitarian alternatives. Except when it came to Steel Harbor. The last remaining free port city, people from all across the newly formed United States flocked to Steel Harbor for sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But you wouldn't want to be caught dead wearing the wrong thing for a night out at the Hammerhead. Enter Leather and Leisure, providing the latest and greatest available fashion in leather and luxury. Whether you're looking for a skin-tight bodysuit to really make your boobs pop, a leisure suit in the vein of a 50s detective, or something a little more junkyard couture, Leather and Leisure has everything you need. And even if they don't, it's not like you have any other choices. So head on down to Leather and Leisure and tell them Curly sent you for 15% off your first qualifying purchase. And now, back to the show.
Music!
Guns, explosions.
Yes. Music.
Sexiness. So far through this, we've got no indication of a story.
Exactly, no. It's just vibes. It's pure vibes right now.
I did end up putting that in my notes. I'm like, this movie's just a vibe. Like,
exactly.
You're either with it or you're not.
Yeah. One line dialogue.
See a badge.
I mean, when she's dual wielding those desert eagles.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I get a tingle down my spine.
And when I put together the teaser package for the month that included clips from all of the movies, I had to make sure to include the double Desert Eagles.
Yeah.
With like the superhero posture. I'm like, this doesn't really seem like it's a safe position for her to be shooting from because she's out from behind the table. But
yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I don't even know where she got the second gun from. I saw her, she had one, and then all of a sudden there's another one. But yeah, like,
and that's a hard pose to do in stilettos. Like to hold that and shoot at the same time, and you have a corset where it's like squeezing you to death. As I watched her, I just couldn't stop thinking, like, how is she doing this? Like, I can barely like walk around like dressed like that.
And I'm sure like all that leather isn't exactly the most forgiving.
Yeah.
So you're really having to, stretch and hold a lot of these postures and go through a lot of this stunt work wearing something that's very, very tight and difficult to move in general. So, I mean, a lot of credit to her for taking on a role that I think is probably more physical than anything she would have been doing otherwise. Cause like, sure, in Baywatch, she runs and it's like, so you do some sand running, but they take, you shoot that one time and then you just edit some slow motion clips from it. And I mean, because it's in slow motion, you could shoot one day of B-roll for like 10 minutes and then have an entire season's worth of slow-mo boob juggling for the future. So,
yeah.
I mean, yes, she has to be in a bathing suit. I'm sure she had to undergo like some swimming training and stuff like that. But to go from that to being like an action star is a big leap. And I think there is a world out there that exists where she could have been an action lead. And it seemed like a lot of actresses from like sort of the early 90s that began getting into their film careers and like their leading roles in the mid 90s could have stepped up and been that action lead. But however many tried, I mean, including Tank Girl with Lori Petty, like she's great in that movie. There's a bunch of them that sort of competed for that, and none of them ever really stuck. Like none of them franchised, I don't think.
Yeah. No, I mean, except it's not even the same. Like Angelina Jolie, kind of, when she got Tomb Raider, but I feel like they wait until you get older. I don't know, because I feel like she's doing even more action roles, or like Charlize did a lot, in recent years. But
circling back, she did, of course. Was it Bombshell? Blonde Bombshell?
Oh,
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde.
It was also in Bombshell, but got them mixed up. But she did that, and of course the Mad Max. And Angelina, I mean, after Tomb Raider, went on to do Wanted. She did Salt. So it's kind of strange to look back at the 90s, and I guess franchising wasn't the model as much then, but was Pamela Anderson ever going to step into the action space and like really compete with Schwarzenegger and Stallone and Van Damme and those guys? I mean, it would have been great to see, because I feel like the world we get in Barb Wire is very interesting, but very sort of subtly textured. Like I'm curious about a lot of the world that exists outside of that city. I'm curious about like some of the other factions that exist within the city. Like, let me see more of like what happened with Big Fatso and like how did he become the king of the dump?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of that stuff that's interesting. You have this underground resistance that's fighting that you only really get like two characters from. We get a really, really horrible flashback to the war where
it's so bad.
It's so bad. It like I guess there's a version that has an extended cut of that, and it's like you made the right decision. You didn't even need to show us that, honestly. You could have just cut it out.
Yeah.
Pam,
it's really bad.
Your hair blowing in the wind out from under your helmet.
It's so bad. I hate that part. Like that part really, I just like kind of blanked it. Like that's not happening, because it does. It looks terrible. Like the way they have her act, and like the slow, like the dramatic, like posture that they have. I don't like it at all. It's so bad.
It's like there's not enough oxygen in that movie to have that kind of dramatic sequence, like really do any breathing, because like when her brother dies and she's like sort of sitting there with him, I mean, they work through that very, very quickly.
Yes.
But she still like has a moment to actually process what's going on. In the flashback, we don't even see Temura Morrison, so it's not like we see some embrace from them and then they don't meet up kind of thing. It's just like her awkwardly sitting on a helicopter and like, we gotta go, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And so like her and her brother in military fatigues, and they just get scooped up in the chopper, and just nothing about that works. So
it just doesn't fit too. Like just the aesthetic of it. I don't know, like when they're in the club and those soldiers come there, they're dressed more in like almost like a World War II army outfits. Like it looks older, which fits more. But then in the flashback, their army fatigues are more contemporary, and it just doesn't feel right. Like it feels like they're in like costumes or like, you know, like the Toy Story little green army men. It doesn't feel real at all. So I just don't think it was needed. Like we get it, you know, all the longing looks and all that stuff. We can fill it in.
Well, it's like, if you're going to be like, hey, there was an American Civil War, they're fighting for the resistance, whatever, and we've decided that we're just going to make them wear fatigues, like get Desert Storm fatigues or something.
And like do it. Yeah.
They're not fighting in the middle of the jungle. Like, what is the green outfit going to do? You're going to stick out like a sore thumb, just like you do when you show us that scene in the movie.
That's true. That's so true. Yeah. That's what it is. It doesn't fit the layout, the land at all.
It doesn't. No, give me like a sandy colored fatigues, Desert Storm era, like some body armor, maybe.
Yeah. They're not protected at all. Like that should have been the end of them. That helicopter should have went down.
Yeah. Well, fortunately it didn't, because we still got the rest of the story. But no, I think this world is maybe just better suited to be either a video game world where like you can go and wander and meet more characters and see more things, or a TV show where you can spend more time in the different segments of this reality. And what we get has to be all funneled through Pam, but then like we said, they don't really treat her character with a ton of actual respect. So what we get is sort of like a, you know, hodgepodge of what could have been, what we want to see in it, and then what it actually is.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, how do you feel about doing some trivia?
Time for trivia.
Okay. I'm always so bad at the trivia. So like, let's go.
You're like, yay. The trivia for this was not easy to find. I had to really like scrape stuff together to actually get some questions. So
yeah,
I won't blame you. I'll still give you some spins on the bonus wheel.
Okay.
Either way.
Nice.
So, but we have David Hogan gets the directing credit, but he stepped in to replace Who after the producers were unhappy at the beginning of production.
Oh, I actually know this. It was Adam Rifkin.
That's
I think.
Right. Director of The Chase and Detroit Rock City. So you go and you get Hogan, who I think was like a second AD or something on Alien, one of the Alien movies.
I think it was Alien 3. And also, I think he was on he worked on Batman Forever as well.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's the other one. So there you go. Look at that. I'll give you 3 for that one.
Oh, nice.
So it's weird to me to take an experienced director, get him off the project, bring in somebody who's not experienced because you were unhappy with the other guy, and then just be like, okay, like, good luck. And,
do it.
You know, Hogan was under pressure from the studio to include more nudity.
Yeah.
And so it turns out, or at least it's rumored, that the whole initial soak dance at the beginning was Pam's idea.
Yeah.
inspired by a nightmare she had where she was doing a dirty dance while being sprayed with champagne. And the director's like, well, they told me more boobs. So
here you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to turn down a good idea when I hear it. And it makes it into the movie. I guess there's an even like longer version of that out there, which of course there is. But they said it played over the end credits, but I didn't see it over the end
I didn't
credits.
see it. No, I need to see it though. I love that part. I think it's just gorgeous. That's the thing about this movie. It's so beautiful. Like the use of light and shadow, and like, you know, just like with movies today, like it seems that like black is so hard for them to film, like making everything too dark and I can't see anything, but like the sheen on her black leather like outfits, it just looks so good with the water coming down. Like I like I said when I first watched it and that starts happening, I'm just like, yes. Like, absolutely more of that. Just like if you don't want to do the rest of the movie, that's fine. I will just watch it.
Yeah, it has.
She's working it.
Well, of all of the parts in the movie that sort of seem to balance like the art and erotica elements, like that's the one part. And then you find out at that point that like she's the owner of the club, but she just like strips sometimes for them.
Yeah.
So like it's just a weird relationship because she gets off stage and then you find out that she's like in a position of power. It's just very messy. Whereas like if she worked there, it would make sense. So now I'm more curious than I ever would have been probably for Last Showgirl, where, you know, she's playing an aging showgirl who is sort of the opposite of this character, who is probably lacking any kind of agency or power, who is hanging on to this like fleeting fame. So that will be fun. I'm not gonna
I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited to see it.
So
I mean, after seeing this, like I do just want to watch anything that Pamela is in, especially now with her whole. She has like a whole new persona now with like the not wearing makeup and all that stuff. Like I'm interested in like who she is now, because when you get older and you're like you used to be the babe and stuff like that, and then you get older, you reflect on those things. It's interesting to see like where like what conclusion you come to, you know. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, she played a sheriff in a slasher. I think it was called Alone at Night. Something like that, from like a year or two ago.
Oh, okay.
And I remember she popped up and I was like, oh, it's Pamela Anderson. I was like, okay, she's playing sort of the authority figure now, and she's the sheriff. So that was pretty cool. I mean, the movie I liked, definitely probably in the bad movies we love territory with the reviews for it, but I had fun with it. I was surprised by how much fun I had with it. So
that's cool.
Let's go to question number 2.
Okay.
Pam backed out of what other movie in order to star in Barb Wire?
Oh, no. Oh, man. I don't know. I think I read this, but I can't remember the name of the movie. But she didn't want to do the sex scenes, right? Or something like that. Yeah, but I can't remember what the movie was.
So the movie is called Hello, She Lied, which is also known as Miami Hustle. And that went on to be went on to star Kathy Ireland. So I haven't seen it, but you got another model turned actress in that sense doing the role. Okay, question 3, third and final question for trivia.
Okay.
The date on Barb's license of prostitution is July 1st, 2019.
Right.
Do you know the significance of that date?
That's her birthday.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is technically it would have been her 52nd birthday.
Okay, yeah, 52nd. Yeah.
So
that's crazy. This movie is the past. I gotta remember.
It is. It's way in the past.
Yeah.
This movie's approaching 30 years old, and not only that, this movie was actually set in the future, and that future is also the past.
Also the past. Yeah.
So fortunately, we haven't quite ended up in garbage world just yet, but
not yet.
No, we're well on our way. So hopefully we'll have a Barb Wire-esque hero step up and save us. But just a couple other trivia tidbits here.
Mm-hmm.
She insisted on the bathtub scene.
Yeah, I saw that.
She wanted to use this particular type of acrylic bathtub. And production was like, we can't find this. So they went and they filmed it at an aquarium. And they used the seahorse enclosure to shoot this scene. And if the numbers are correct, it says that the suds and the soap contaminated the system so bad that the production spent over $400,000 in fish-related deaths and replacements, which is super sad, but also like you spent $500,000 repairing an aquarium for this bathtub scene. Was it worth it?
I gotta say it was. For me, it was. I was taking notes when I watched it, and I was like, man, that bathtub scene. I like, you know what? Shout out to Pam for these ideas with the opening and this bathtub thing. You know, you got to work what you got. And she's got an amazing body. And if she want to highlight it, I'm not mad at her at all. But that's not good for the fish. That sucks. They couldn't find no clear bathtub nowhere else. That blows.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably have gone to an acrylics company and just be like, hey, can you make us a bathtub mold? And let's just do that. And it would have been less than $400,000 for that bathtub.
Yeah, that's silly.
That's movie magic right there.
Yeah, no, but I love when she comes out of the bathtub and she has the suds are like just so perfectly placed over her body. I'm like, yeah, girl. Like, that's the aesthetic we all want.
Yeah, I mean, she looks good, like you said.
Yeah.
She was a sex symbol. She's very much aware of her brand and like what her fans wanted at the point. So credit to her for taking the risk and doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for turning down another movie that she was like, no, this movie is too horny.
Yeah, I know.
I think what I read, though, was that after that, what really happened was that like she just wanted to get out of that movie to do a bigger budget movie where she could be the star. And I think she might have been sued over it. Oh, snap. I don't think they won, but okay. There was, because after this movie, she went on and did another movie that had like an even raunchier sex scene. So she was like, no, I just didn't want to do that movie. Oh, okay. Well, look, you got to pick the right project, even though this one obviously wasn't the right one. But I guess down the line, it has become, a cult classic. So maybe she just saw into the future, I mean, we're talking about this movie. We're not talking about other Pam Anderson movies, really, so exactly. She made the right choice. Yeah. The line that she has in this movie, "Don't call me babe," that is actually from the comics itself, because there was another comic published where the title character, maybe even the name of the book, was Babe, but it was like another busty blonde superhero. And so to distinguish herself in the pages of that book from the other character, there was always this like "Don't call me babe" thing. So okay. Okay, cute. I thought she just didn't like being called babe, but I guess it's some competition out there. Yeah, right. Crossover universe. Yeah. Well, the only other thing that I read that's trivia related is really sad. I don't know if I want to say it. Okay. What is it? It's going to bring down the mood, so I'm not sure that I want to say it. Okay. My goodness. Yeah. Well, should I say it? Yeah, just say it. You can take it out. I can. Or something. Well, at least what I read from like a secondary trivia source says that
Mhm.
she suffered a miscarriage during the production of this film.
No, that is sad.
Yeah. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
wearing a corset that's like smashing your internal
Yeah.
organs together probably didn't help. And doing all this stunt work that they pay stunt doubles to be able to do probably
Yeah.
didn't help either. So it really just, sad. I read that. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, that's horrible.
That's actually kind of crazy to do that while pregnant. I mean, obviously do what you want to do, but good Lord, that's not going to be good. In the first trimester, like things are so up in the air.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sad. That's scary.
And it could have been a situation where maybe she didn't know she was pregnant at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
She
That
had taken
happens.
it on, and then because of all the stunt work, something happened, and she's like, "I got to go to the doctor." She finds out then. So
yeah.
Either way, it's really just a sad note on this otherwise sort of light-hearted take on this kind of idea, despite the Nazis and the torture and stuff. But all right.
The torture.
Yes. Well, one of the trivia things was like this actress was actually naked during the torture scene. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, obviously. Saw that too. I'm like, as opposed to what? Like, did they put like a thin bodysuit over her? Yes, that woman was naked. I love that part though, because she's moaning. Because like this time when I watched it, because I've seen it before. I looked down at my phone. And I heard the moaning, and I was like, "Oh, sex scene." But I'm like, "Wait, that's not really a sex scene in this like that." And then I looked up, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, she's being tortured." That's right. The most like lovely torture. Like she sounds like she's having a great time.
Well, they do have whatever the torture device is hooked up specifically to her breasts and her pelvic area.
Yes.
So if it's like electroshock therapy or I don't know what's happening. I mean, she's got the one on her eye that is like sucking memory from her head or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe it gave her like, because they turn it up and kill her. Like maybe it's like it gives you like an orgasm that like kills you or something. Because it's like it is on like the erogenous zones. Like it's those specific areas, I don't know. Like you can kill somebody a lot easier than why would you put it on their boobs and like their crotch? Like, come on, like let's be real.
Yeah, you got some freaky torturers that are like, we've developed a device that will orgasm you to death.
Yeah.
You'll tell us what we want to know because of the pleasure, and then we'll kill you.
Yeah. Makes so much sense. The Nazis were always like very like they were reasonable. That's sarcasm.
Oh, that's going in the pull quotes for the beginning of the show. Yeah. Well, now that we brought levity back to the show.
Yes.
Now we can go over to the wheel of questions.
Okay.
Had I done this when we did Batman? It wasn't that long ago, so probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, I think I added one or two questions to the wheel since then. So let's find out what you get. You got 4 spins because you got the bonus credit on that first question. So,
nice.
All right, let's see what we got. Okay. So how do you sell this movie to a first-time watcher?
I would say if you like boobs and leather, I feel like you should watch this. Like that's enough. If that's your brand, and if you like to look at boobs, you're gonna get all the boobs and leather you could want. So that's enough.
Yeah, ample amounts of boobs and leather. All right, well, let's go back to the wheel. We'll get another one here lined up. Ooh, this is a good one. If a new version of this movie were made today, who would you want to see directed?
Directed. Wow. I'm probably saying this just because I watched Queer recently, but I probably want to see Luca do it just because Yeah, he's very horny, and I feel like he films bodies in a way that is like a work of art. Like he makes the human body look amazing. Like really that like I would want to put it up like as a poster on my wall. So I feel like he could get there with it.
I mean, from your mouth to God's ears. Like if he goes from queer to Luca Guadagnino's Barb Wire.
Barb Wire. Can you imagine?
That'd be great.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
All right. Let's
yeah,
go.
because it's got to be somebody that's sexy. I feel like people aren't sexy. It's not enough sexy people. Like, especially when they do dystopian stuff, I feel like we go too cold.
Yeah, everybody's covered in poop and stuff.
Like. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Here, this is a good one. This is one of the new questions.
Okay.
When you think of Barb Wire, what is a song that comes to your mind?
Ooh, that is a good question.
What song has the energy of Barb Wire?
Oh, what song? I don't know. There's a song called Yummy. Mm-hmm. I don't even know who it's by. That's not a good answer because I don't even know. I just heard it on a TikTok and I'm like, that's what pops into my mind. But
the Justin Bieber song?
No, I hate Bieber. No, it's by, her name is like Alexa or Alicia or something.
To look it up.
Yeah. That one would be good. Or something by like, I don't know, even something by Glorilla would be good. Like a Glorilla song. This movie is very like rock and roll, but I always gotta get some rap in there. So I feel like Glow's she has a song out right now from her new album that's called something. I don't even know. I'm not good with music. I'm better with movies.
Well, that's fair enough. I felt like it's a good sort of companion question in terms of just vibes.
Yes. No, and this is pure vibes. Like the band that's in this, I wish I knew who they were because I like the girls that play at the bar. They are awesome. Like I love what they're doing. But I feel like, the rock is very like represented in the film. I feel like we can expand it to other genres with the vibes here.
I think you definitely could. I don't see the band name listed. There's a lot of bands on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to do more homework, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I feel that.
Misspeak here. Yeah. But, I mean, you definitely go out of your way to get a band with a certain look, a certain feel to play that club. And yeah. It's worth a little bit extra research, but maybe I'll do it after the show and just put it in the outro.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
no, they're good.
Let's see. Was that the second or third question?
I think that was the third.
That was the third one. Okay, get one more.
Yeah.
Round and round we go. What do we get? Okay. Ooh, this will be fun. If you could ask one character from the film a question, which character are you asking and what's the question?
Ooh. The first thing that comes to my mind is to ask Willis, Xander Berkeley's character out. Mm-hmm. I just want to take him out.
The question you're going to ask is, do you want to go out with me?
Yeah, do you want to go out with me? Okay. But then, really, I think I would want to ask Barb Wire, like, where she shops. Like, where is she getting these clothes from? Where are these shoes from? Like, her jackets, her chaps. I need to know, like, what store she shops at, because I need the whole wardrobe.
Yeah, where exactly does anybody shop?
Yeah, there's no stores.
City. Yeah, right. Steel Harbor, hello. It doesn't sound like the fashion capital of the new United States.
Exactly. And like, who's tailoring her clothes? because they fit perfectly. Like I know, I know it's a movie, but every time, like in post-apocalyptic worlds, I'm like, your clothes are so nice. I need to know, like, do you have the skills? Like, can you teach me how to do that? Like, I wanna be able to get my clothes to fit like that.
Well, it seems like there's different different types of dystopia in that you either get sort of like the Waterworld, Mad Max style, where it's like,
yeah,
everybody's going to wear garbage because that's what's available. And then you get maybe like Tank Girl and Barb Wire, where it's like clothes are not this thing that went extinct. Just fashion choices have changed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I'm sorry, one more. I will also ask Cara D. Whose idea, like, who chose for her to look like that? Or was there, like, to go from dark skin to light skin? I want to know who said that was the way to go, or if she picked it, because that's some colorism stuff going on right there. Like, it's a little fishy. I just want to know, like, especially like to go from to still be black, because if you get that plastic surgery, you could turn into anything really if you want, like, because it looks completely different from her original self. Like, the choice to still be a black woman after that, but to be that kind of a black woman, like, I want to know, like, did she have to do some soul searching before, or you know?
I mean, there's definitely some race commentary there that this movie is not equipped to handle.
Not at all.
Because, I mean, like, if the quality of the plastic surgery is good enough to get you to the point where you can literally, like, change skin color, hair type, everything. If she could have gone on to look like Barb Wire. Yeah. There's Nazis out there.
Exactly. That's my beneficial thing. Yeah. That's why that's why that stuck out to me so much. Like, you could have easily made your life super easy and been like the picture perfect white woman for these guys, and then everybody would leave you alone, but like, you decided to still keep some of your blackness. So like, what are we trying to say? But like you said, the movie cannot it cannot have that discussion.
No, I mean, the way that they wrote her characters, even
it's worse.
Pam Anderson's character had nothing going on. Like, her character just like exists as like the thing, the MacGuffin that like makes the movie have to happen, because you could remove her from the story, have it be about like her ex-lover coming back and needing protection and all that. But yeah, to sort of be like, hey, I'm just gonna go to looking different and slightly less black than I was before. I want to keep the hair.
Yes, yeah.
And the Nazis will still have an issue with me. And then the contacts, like, why are the contacts like super bright blue too? Like,
yes, exactly. I thought that too. I'm like, that's weird. And it looks crazy on her. So it's like, it doesn't even look natural. Like, somebody would definitely be like, we might have to like check those or something. But it is weird that they went for like bright blue eyes for her.
Yeah, well, this is what happens. We talk about a movie that we love, and we're asking questions that the movie's like, we didn't even think about any of this. Okay, we just cast a couple of actresses who were cheap enough to fit the budget that we had, and we moved on. I think my question would be to Big Fatso. How did you become Big Fatso? Both literally and figuratively. Like, how did you become the kingpin of the trash heap? And like, were you always a big fat guy, or were you at one point a thin guy, and then like your fatness made you the kingpin of trash land?
Yeah,
I want his story. Let's make a Big Fatso movie.
Please, yes, no. The rise of Big Fatso would be incredible.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I love when he's like, I love it when a plan comes together. His whole delivery of everything, he's on like a whole nother pitch. Like, he's very heightened.
Yeah, I think he understands that he's like, I exist in a cartoon world.
Exactly.
I'm a cartoon character.
Yes.
Some of the other characters, not so much. But like, even when the grenade lands in his lap, the look on his face is like,
yes, that part's so good.
I was like, I remember that he explodes, but I don't remember exactly how he explodes.
Yeah.
I was like, are the donuts explosive that she's going to give him? So I was just like waiting, and it turns out it was just a good old fashioned grenade. So
Grenade, yes, perfect.
Cool. All right. Well, now that we've had lots of fun, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about yet?
No, I mean, we talked about, like, I really do want to put the case up for this movie that, like, it's not a great movie, and I know I gave it 5 stars, but that's purely there's certain movies that I watch where it's like we said, like, it's a vibe, or it's an aesthetic, or it's a feeling.
Yeah.
A visual feeling that I get when I watch it that can make everything else in it, like, even if the script is bad and like the story doesn't work and all that stuff and the characters have no depth, like, even with that, there's just an overall picture that speaks to me. And I feel like if you can, like you said, even if you have, it's a perfect movie to, like, if you're having a party and you have a projector and you can just project this on the wall, like, it's good to have in the background. Like, it's a good wallpaper, I guess. I don't know. But even though I feel like it's deeper than that, like, it made sense to me, like, when I was watching it, that the director also worked on Alien 3 and Batman Forever. Because you can see it. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, but I really like those movies, like the looks, the aesthetic of both of those films a lot. Like, especially Alien 3. Like, I know that one isn't, like, considered good, but I love the feeling that Alien gives me. So, like, even if you don't like the movie, there's, like, a vibe that is undeniable. And I can't understand. I mean, I can, but it's really not hot garbage, not to me. Like, just the fact that it looks better than, like, a lot of movies I see today. Like, yeah. I just, that alone, it can't be total garbage, you know, especially because movies are a visual medium. This is killing it in the visual realm, I feel.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Alien, because Alien also has a very sort of distinct amber tone to it through a lot of it. And I mean, I think that's one of my favorite parts of watching this movie just last night, was that it's like, it's so warm in comparison to a lot of stuff that I see that's cold. I think maybe when you're going for, like, realism, the harshness of maybe the daylight is a little, like, actual daylight is a little bit too stifling. So
exactly,
you need a little bit warmer light, and this movie's got it. There's times where, like, the explosion happens and then it's like that sort of orange from the fire just, like, seems like it's the entire color of the entire frame. And that, even when there's not an explosion, sort of carries over into the desert, like, wasteland type of feel. So yeah, this movie looks great. I think the action is awesome for the most part.
Yeah, I think so too.
I wouldn't be like, hey, it's got, like, great fighting sequences or anything, but it's good enough. I mean, gunplay, explosions, you get a motorcycle, you get a forklift. She drives like the ice cream truck from hell kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of stuff that's a lot of fun in this movie. And like you said, it is definitely a vibe, a feelings type of movie. And I think one of my favorite things about movies is that there is stuff like this that I can look at and be like, wow, it's deficient in a lot of the things that I appreciate about other movies. But this is not those other movies. This is this movie, and the deficiencies are made up for by these other things that I like. And you know, I'm not a star ratings person. I'm not a ratings of any kind person. But I think if Letterboxd had 2 parallel star systems, like, this is objective quality, or as much of objective quality as you could think, and then the other one is like a vibes meter. Yeah, that's true. That would be good. That would be fun. I'd be like, okay, maybe I can get down with this, because then you take the total cumulative score of both, and maybe that gives you what you want. And yeah, that's a good idea. A vibes meter is because it is limiting when I have to use stars, because
like 5 stars for Barb Wire is not the same 5 stars I have for There Will Be Blood. Like it's completely like I'm not even thinking the same way.
Yeah.
So it is like limiting when you have to do it that way.
Yeah, and like I went to see Stir of Echoes in the theater with David Kep and Kevin Bacon were doing a Q&A, so I went and saw that.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. I had never seen the movie in theaters before, but watching it on the big screen, I'm like, this movie's awesome. I could easily give this movie 5 stars if I was just giving out stars for like the experience of watching the movie.
Yeah,
which is like a completely different like way. To
yeah,
look
that's
at
a whole
things.
nother thing.
How much fun did I have watching this? That's a whole different spectrum. So, I just feel like with seeing that on the big screen too for the first time, like the warmth of the color was very, very golden. Where I think that maybe it is this thing with like the particular types of lights that are available and what was used then. And even he remarked, like looking at the film 25 years later, he's like, I think this looks good. And everybody was like, yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And he was like, I kind of miss like movies looking and having this kind of feel. And so I think that was like 99. This is 96. So they're still from the same thing. And I'm curious if a lot of that transition has come up with more use of digital versus film.
Right.
And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, we've had our fun. And now we have to go to Critics Corner and
yay.
have the bubble burst. But there are some good ones on the board. It is a 40 overall Metascore with a low of 25 and a high of 70.
Okay.
So we've got 3 25s though at the bottom. I'll let you pick which one you want. We got Real Views, San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner.
Let's do the Chronicle.
The Chronicle. This is Peter Stack. Says a convoluted mess, but there have been worse.
Okay.
Well, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. I can't argue with that at all.
But, you know, like, so this movie, it has a 40 or whatever. Like, I think the overall total score for this show is like a 36, right?
Yeah.
I've seen movies that are way, way, way worse than this. Like they're basically not the same medium almost at one point. I've seen movies so much worse than this. So the idea that like this movie would be celebrated or, you know, punished or penalized as being like the worst movie of the year caliber type of movie, it's like, no, it's not. It wasn't the worst movie of the decade. It wasn't the worst movie of 1996. It's not one of the worst movies of all time. It's one of the most famous bad movies of all time is what it is. So
yes,
there should be a distinction there because there's definitely stuff that gets put out on a regular basis that is worse than Barb Wire. I mean, you're telling me 1,500 movies or so a year get released and there's not a single one that's worse than Barb Wire? Well,
yeah, come on.
The one that won the Razzie for worst picture that year. So
yeah,
there's at least a couple. But all right, so let's move up the ladder. We've got 3 40s on the board. We got the LA Times, we've got the New York Times, and the Chicago Reader.
Let's do New York.
That's Janet Maislin.
Okay.
She says, isn't much when it comes to either deliberate or inadvertent humor, but it does have a few amusing moments.
Oh, okay.
So she's mildly amused, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard her be harsher than that with movies that she's given higher scores to. So I think this is just sort of a movie that was always going to be a non-starter for her.
Right. Yeah, it does sound like that.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a 50, and that's the Austin Chronicle, and this is Mark Savlov. Says, it's a comic book movie in the broadest sense of the term. And although it's neither as emotionally resonant as The Crow, nor as surreally goofy as Tank Girl, Barb Wire still manages to get you going. Anderson Lee fan or not.
Okay, yeah. That's true. It's definitely no Tank Girl and definitely not The Crow. Yeah. It definitely exists somewhere else. But I think that's why I like it. Because I've never seen Tank Girl. I just started watching it earlier today because I was about to listen to your episode about it. But I'm like, I was watching it and I like it, but it is a lot more, I don't know, zany. You know,
Yeah, for
it's a
sure.
little all shucksy. And for me, I do prefer something that's a little bit more not like that. I like that because one of the things that I kept like when I first watched Barb Wire, I kept thinking like how much she reminded me of Batman, and I like Batman because he's very he just doesn't have a lot to say, you know, and like he rather would just do the thing than like sit around and talk about it or like make wisecracks, even though he does have one-liners and all that stuff. But I like that she's just like, because I feel like a lot of times with the female hero, they have to like give speeches and or like justify why they're doing things and stuff. And it's like I like the freedom of just being like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't really have good reason, or I don't really want to explain myself, so I'm just gonna be stoic a little bit and just do what I want. And I like that part of it, you know, the minimalism a little bit of it.
I like the Batman comparison because she wears like tight black outfit.
Yes.
She's got like a bat cycle, you know.
Yeah.
She's got a bat cave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she has a grapple hook. She says, "You ever seen Batman?" And then she gets out, goes out the window. And I'm like, yeah, this is Batman if it was a woman, you know, like as close as you can kind of get, I feel like, to how you know, Batman really is. Batman
with blonde hair and big titties.
Big boobs. Hey, Batman has big boobs in Batman and Robin. So
yeah, I mean it's mostly the suit, but
it's mostly the suit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, Seth and I questioned whether or not you had seen Tank Girl.
Yeah.
As we were talking about it, because I mentioned that we were going to be doing Barb Wire. So I'll save that. You finished Tank Girl.
Yeah.
The episode, even if you don't like the movie, the episode's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
A shout out too, so there's that.
Oh, nice! Yay!
Okay, so now we've arrived at Roger Ebert. Look how high we are on the ladder by the time we get to Roger. He gave
That's cool.
Yeah, a 63.
Okay.
I think it was 2.5 stars on his rating, so I don't know how you get a 63 mathematically out of that. But he says the filmmakers must have known they were not making a good movie, but they didn't use that as an excuse to be boring and lazy. Barb Wire has a high energy level and a sense of deranged fun.
Nice. I like that. That's true. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a good movie, but they didn't just throw everything in the trash. They weren't just like, we're gonna half-ass all this. You know, they're like they still are putting the craft to work, which, you know, is really nice. And it isn't boring. I don't feel like it's boring. Like I watched the whole thing through. Like I don't get on my phone or anything. I'm like, I'm just gonna look at this. You know, even though the story is like a mess and the script's a mess, it's still like watchable.
And a lot of that is because of Pamela Anderson. And like,
I agree.
The movie understands that, at least.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you're sitting here watching this movie, it's because you want to see Pam. You're not really here because this is a dystopian future movie. You're not here to see Xander Berkeley, you know. You're here for Pam, and we're going to give you Pam.
Yeah. And that's why I don't understand the Razzie for her being like the worst new star. Because I feel like it's not really her fault. She's not given a lot to really do. Like, she doesn't have a lot to say, or like she doesn't have like an interior character really. So she's doing what she knows best, and she's being very physical with the part. And I don't feel like people respect the physicality of like acting. Like, it's not all about being able to cry really well and stuff like that. You know, it's like, can you move your body in a way that is captivating, you know? And I feel like she does that really well, even with the constraints of her outfits. You know, I think because me and her dress very similarly. So I think because watching her, I know how it feels to be in outfits like that. I'm like, man, that's hard. Like, it's hard to even like laugh when you're dressing like that. So it's like to do all that other stuff. I just have like a lot of respect for her doing it that way. Cause like it would have been a lot easier to be like in like some loose cargo pants and a tank top or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be a lot better, a lot more comfortable. But to still get through this movie being in those very tight outfits is admirable to me.
Yeah, I forgot who I was having the conversation with, but we were talking about sort of acting and being conditioned by the awards season stuff that if you don't have the moment in a movie that's like easily clippable, that's like, here's the monologue moment, or here's like the sobbing, you know, like if you don't have that moment that like you can really latch onto and be like, this is obviously the thing that is going to go up on the reel for the awards contention, then you're not going to be in the conversation. But also it's like it completely forgets this part of acting that existed before there was sound.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like, I mean, Pam would have thrived in that era.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all the dialogue would have just been written on screen. So she would have been an excellent silent film star. And like you said, she understands not just how to like hold herself, but she understands like the value in physicality, similar to like a guy like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Like just understanding like the work that goes into like positioning your body in a certain way to make it camera friendly. And she's great at that. Okay, well, we get to the top of the ladder. We got 2 70s on the board. Like, there's more green and yellow on here than I thought. They just got a lot of like really low ranking red. That
I'm surprised.
So we've got the Washington Post and the Washington Post. So I'll let
Let's go. Let's go, DC.
I'll let you choose between Desson Thompson and Hal Hinson.
Let me hear what Hal has to say.
All right, Hal. He says Lee elevates herself from the lower echelon of mere international super babedom to the loftier realm of pulp myth. She is, quote unquote, it with an exclamation mark.
Hey, that's my guy. That's how I feel.
There you go, Hal. Both of the DC papers were like, or the one DC paper put 2 writers on the movie. We loved it so much, we sent 2 critics there.
That's my city for you. We know what to look for.
Oh, wow. That was a little bit of an unexpected journey. I expected a lot more red, a lot more horrible things. But even, I would say, like Janet Maslin and Roger Ebert are probably 2 of like the more revered critics. I mean, Janet for the New York Times for decades. Ebert obviously has his place in film critic history, and the 2 of them didn't really have horrible things to say. It's some of these maybe lesser known outlets that were really unkind, but we made it through and we ended on a pretty good positive note, which I'm happy about. So I'm going to ask you now, for someone who has not seen Barb Wire, what's a good gateway drug movie that would help them cross the bridge and arrive at Steel Harbor City?
What is a good movie?
Not necessarily good, but maybe more well-known, or maybe a similar vibe to this that people are more okay with accepting.
I don't know. What's coming to my mind is Mad Max.
Yeah.
But also, this movie I don't feel like it's well known, but Jade is a movie that I like a lot. And I don't know why that is coming to my mind, because it's convoluted as well. But there's the femme fatale in that reminds me of Barb Wire a little bit. So, but I feel like definitely Mad Max, if you just want to get into like the desert and the biker style and the leather, I feel like that's a good place to start.
That's a good one. Ben actually had mentioned to me that he wanted to do Jade on the show. And
really?
Yeah, he was like, have you seen this? I was like, no, I haven't. But if you want to talk about it, like that'll give me an excuse to watch it. And so we've been circling it, but we haven't quite circled back to it yet. But that's Linda Fiorentino. Ooh,
yes.
Angie Everhart as well. So you got the supermodel thing involved in that
yes,
as well.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, like beautiful women doing bad things a little bit. So I would love for you to watch Jade. I watched that for the first time this year too, and I was just in love with it, even though that's definitely a bad movie.
Yeah, well, another one that would sort of land, I guess, in that category would be La Femme Nikita.
Oh, yeah.
1990.
I've never seen that.
It's good, and it had like an entire spin-off show based on it, too, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I think, Luc Besson, so...
Yes!
Speaking of horny directors. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe The Fifth Element would be good too. Because Lilu and Barb Wire, they both have a mission, and Lilu has to be convinced to kind of do the right thing a little bit. So I feel like that would be cool as well.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, convince me why humanity is worth saving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bruce is like, because I love you. The power of love.
Did you say it like that?
Because he's, does he love her? He's like, I don't know. He's definitely lusty.
He's lusting for her for sure.
Yeah. Well, we have arrived at the end of the road for today. Several times I've asked you this before.
Yes.
What are you working on? And the answer was always sort of like, well, nothing really yet. But that's changed, hasn't it?
It has changed. I'm working on something. It should be out this month. Yeah, that's all I can say. I don't want to make too many promises because it's my first time doing this, and I'm having some technical difficulties. But it will happen. I have a show coming, a podcast coming this month.
The Momcast. We've all
been
waiting on it.
Yes, it's coming.
Well, I'm excited. Do you have a title for the show yet? Or
yes, it's called We Be Watching. Because we be watching. We be watching movies. That's what we do.
Cool. Well, very appropriate. Yes. I was thinking, I was like, you need a sub-series, or you need a YouTube series where you go to thrift stores across the country buying up all their VHS tapes, call it VHS Villainess, and just with a big like U-Haul truck just going across the country buying up VHS in random snazzy outfits. And
yes, I do dress up every time I go thrift shopping, so that is a good idea. I've been looking to rent a forklift and a U-Haul truck because I found some pallet worth of VHS tapes. I'm just trying to get the logistics together.
You're gonna need to then be renting a separate warehouse on a monthly basis.
Yes. You know what? We're working towards it. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I went to a trade show recently, and it was like a baseball card collectible show. Mm-hmm. And we were walking around, and I saw like a graded Jaws VHS that they were asking like several $100s for. And I was like, I mean, that's a little pricey, but that's the market now.
Jaws is on my list of like holy grails. Like I haven't seen a single Jaws at all the stores I've gone to yet. So that's one I'm really hunting for.
Yeah, I think most of the VHS tapes that I held on to were Godzilla movies, and then like a couple, because we had like a VHS section like in the entry walkway at my childhood home. But then like when we moved out of the house, like not all of that stuff stayed. So I kept the few things that I wanted to, but I would have to go into storage and open that box and see what's in there.
Well, I'm raiding people's storages. Like anybody who's like, we had some. I'm like, you tell me what it is and tell me where it is.
I'll be there promptly.
Yes. Some way I'll make it.
Well, I'm glad that you've undertaken the physical media preservation project. It is important. Like, most of my physical media shifted to like comic books, but even that isn't like that old of stuff. It's just stuff that I ended up like, I'm not caught up on the series and I'm still buying it to make sure that I don't like miss the one that I'm gonna. So it's become a whole problem. But I think being like a guardian of physical media is going to get more and more important as we go on. So it's good to have people that undertake that as a passionate hobby. So I'm glad that you got that.
Thank you. Yeah, it is very important to me. Like, it's fun, but it's also like I do feel like I'm trying to do my part, because I talk to younger people and like history is being rewritten. People are not remembering how movies like used to come out, like trailers and all of this stuff. Like it used to be much more of an experience, and like people are not having that experience anymore. So I definitely want to keep it alive.
Cool. Well, you're off to a good start so far.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back on the show. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And, it's a great way to close out season 3, end 2024 on a movie like Barb Wire.
Yes.
So much fun.
Yeah, so much fun. Just a blast. Just the way to go out is a total blast.
Really, when I edited like the promo video for this month and like clipping all the stuff from Barb Wire, it was like, this has some really fun visuals in it.
Yeah.
Like, throughout the whole thing, because it's like Johnny Mnemonic is kind of trash colored. Like, it's very sort of black and blue and gray, and it's not super colorful. Tank Girl's colorful.
Yeah,
this
Tank Girl
movie's
is colorful.
What was the other one? I don't even remember now. That's what kind of month it is. I know I did another one. Oh, it was Cyborg, which again is like kind of earthy, but not super colorful. Again, very like trash based. So
yeah,
it's nice to see movies that take the end of the world a little bit more lightly than others.
Yeah, make it a little bit more fun. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will circle back with you about Barb Wire: The Rise of Big Fatso.
Yeah. we need to start pre-production on that.
Yeah, you can give me less than $8 million and I could probably get this pulled off. So cool. Well,
nowadays.
It's been a pleasure. If I don't talk to you again before the holiday, happy holidays.
Thank you. Perfect. You too.
Thanks to Kazmo for making time for me and coming back on the show. It's always a ridiculous good time when she's here. And if you listened to the episode all the way till now, you'll know just how much fun we had. If you want to hear more of her, you can check out our episodes on Batman and Robin and Cool World. And also, keep your ears peeled for her upcoming podcast, We Be Watchin'. As soon as she lets me know that it's up and live, I'll have that in the show notes for you, and I'll have all of her socials up in the show notes as well. The next time we reconvene here at Bad Movies We Love, it will be 2025, and it'll officially be the start of Season 4 with a bunch of new guests, and we'll be kicking off the new year with Barry Levinson's Sphere from 1998. And, of course, thank you to everyone who took the time to listen to this episode. I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to podcasts, and I appreciate you spending your time with us. I hope you enjoyed the show, and if you do, please consider leaving a rating and a review and telling a friend about it. And the support page is live over at ko-fi.com. That's ko-fi.com/badmovieswelove. I'd also love to hear from you. So if you have a bad movie you love and or would like to be a guest on the show, you can contact me directly at badmovieswelove@theshice.com or badmovieswelove on Twitter and Instagram. and that's love spelled L-U-V. Until next time, take care, be well, and have fun however you get your movies.